What's up guys, this is David, Matt and Ali, and thanks for choosing to keep up with your gaming news here at Livewire. Today we're continuing one of the channel's main series of Ghost Recon Wildlands. In particular, in this video we are going to be taking a look at Wildlands competitive multiplayer.
If you are enjoying the Wildlands series, then please hit that like button and thumbs up the video. Let's try and reach 20 likes to begin with to show your love for this epic game.
Also, if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe for full Wildlands coverage until release and beyond.
So now we'll be taking a look at the potential for competitive multiplayer in Wildlands. That's all coming up straight after this.
We always thought for a long time that there will be a competitive multiplayer, based off online articles seemingly confirming it from E3 interviews. Articles say that they are holding back multiplayer news for a later date.
Yeah, but then we got some tweets. People have been moaning about Twitter because on the official Ghost Recon Twitter page they did a Q&A and it had some cause for concern. So the first tweet that people were moaning about was the fact that someone tweeted, "Do you all know if they will have a PvP open world?" And so Ghost Recon replied, "We haven't announced anything on PvP. You can keep up with the latest news at ghostrecon.com.
Masterful plugging.
So it sounds a little bit dodgy, like at that point they haven't announced anything on PvP. Does that mean there's going to be in it? And a lot of people were thinking that.
Sounds like a spokesperson for any representative of a company. I refuse to answer anything at this given time for my client, but if you would like to follow us and give us more publicity, come and do it right now.
It's just like a generic tweet because obviously they're not ready to say anything yet.
Yeah, so I went on the page to try to do research for this video, and the next tweet I see was someone saying, "First Ghost Recon without PvP, I'll get it used for half the cost then." And then they replied again, "Oh, guess what, we haven't announced anything about PvP, you can keep up with the latest news at ghostrecon.com.
Oh well, I mean, at least this time, like, they were clear about it. I mean, just gonna keep strict to it. I mean, I'm getting this image that they really want us to go to their website.
Yeah, so it's just exactly the same tweet. So they obviously aren't ready to say anything. And they're probably just like waiting to unleash a lot of news at the one time to like promote the game or something.
For like some sort of a convention or a big reveal. I mean, to be fair, if they did like a 10-second video on YouTube say, "Oh yeah, there's PvP," there we go. It's like kind of shit. It's not gonna really get a lot of momentum, is it?
I don't think we have to be worried by those tweets, even though they're kind of scary.
They don't confirm anything, they don't deny anything, so it's really just
but
whatever.
you still want some assurance that for like a
no
50 quid
there.
game that you're gonna get more than just story. I mean, unless it's like The Last of Us or Bioshock style story where the game is dedicated to a good storyline. Which, let's be frank, I don't think this game's gonna be. Then
I think it's gonna be
shots fired.
I think it's gonna be more about gameplay rather than story. I don't think they've like had a fully fleshed out like amazing storyline.
Go here, shoot these guys, go here, shoot these guys, go here, shoot these guys. That is the story. So instead of worrying about whether there's going to be a multiplayer or whether there's not, because I genuinely think there's going to be.
There has to be.
There's going to be. So what would be the basis of the multiplayer then, guys? What do you think? Because you've got the idea of Ghost versus Ghosts, which based on what the game's going to be about, it's going to be a bit silly. We've also got Ghost versus Cartel.
It's just a training simulator, David.
Well, yeah. There's also the possibility of Ghost versus Cartel, which I think is probably most likely what's going to happen.
I mean, yeah, well, sort of like a Rainbow Six Siege sort of style thing, I'd imagine, where it's like 4v4 or 8v8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
realistically, how many classes are there? You're gonna have doubling up of classes, and like that's the whole point of like there are other games, Siege, that you're not. Well, Rainbow Six is that you're not meant to have that. But
will there be classes? I reckon it'll just be like weapon.
Some people have said there might be classes, but nothing's been confirmed about
if
that.
it doesn't have classes where it
Battlefront
weapons,
or something, you get classes in that, right?
Yeah, well, that's my point. If it doesn't have like classes that restrict weapons, like Rainbow Six Siege, then it's basically a COD where everyone's just gonna pick whatever the most OP weapon is, or a team full of snipers. I think that's what it's gonna be like. Which is, yeah, it's fun because you get to do what you want, but you're just gonna get pissed because like you go into your team, you know that you're gonna need at least one like demolitions guy, for example, for a mission. Let's say it's like an objective based thing where you've got to get the objective before them or stop them from extracting it, something like that. Let's say you would need a demolitions guy, but everyone on your team goes a sniper, and you're like, what can I do? And then I mean, this isn't exactly. You're not always gonna have like a group of like 4 or 8 friends that you can play with as fully to say, okay, let's all split up things. And even then, half the time your friends are gonna say, "Nah, fuck that, I'll do what I want. Fuck you."
Yeah, me.
How cool would that be though?
So that's what I'm just thinking. Like, I feel like there needs to be some sort of thing that restricts it, no matter what game mode type it is, whether it's a TDM, it's a Horde, or it's an objective-based thing.
I think there's going to be, in terms of players, I think they're going to keep it small, because people are saying, oh, we should have like mass multiplayer, kind of like your CODs and Battlefields, but I don't think this game kind of calls for that kind of action.
Yeah.
I think
no, it's more like 4v4,
like the whole game's based on 4v4, like 4 versus the world basically. So multiplayer should be teams of 4 playing against other teams of 4 on the other side.
Maybe, but it seems a bit small. I would like to see like at least 6.
Well, the other one had, remember the Ghost Recon's Future Soldier had 8 versus 8.
It's small incursion teams is the whole point of the story.
I suppose, yeah. 4 seems a bit small to me for a multiplayer game. Like, you're gonna not run into people. Hardly ever.
Depends how big they make the map, I suppose, but you know.
True.
So talking about Ghost Recon Future Soldier, let's take a look at the previous multiplayers from the Ghost Recon Future Soldier game.
That one, David, had a fully cooperative campaign as well as a wave-based mode called Guerrilla, which I'm gonna assume is pretty much just Horde. I mean, competitive multiplayer, like Conflict, Decoy, Saboteur, and Siege. I mean, these are all just other words for game modes that we're all aware exist. Yeah. Okay, there's kill people, and then there's objective game modes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's like, can you survive? Can you kill loads of people? Or can you do the objective and just die billions of times in the process? So, will they come up with another fancy name for it, or are they literally gonna just copy paste? Even if it's in it full stop, but let's assume it is.
I don't know. Would you want to see anything else new to the game? I'd
like to see something where it's like the setup to take down cartel members in the main game, but on an online front, but then you're just doing the co-op. So then there's the point of, well, where do you draw the line between co-op and multiplayer?
I would like to see the classic kind of game modes, but maybe with like a spin that involves like you are a cartel if you're playing as them, and like maybe you hold up a drug den or something, and then the ghosts have to come and invade it.
That's kind of like what I was thinking with the idea of like it being sort of like Siege, because remember in Siege there was like everyone has to get in the house and kill people in the house.
Yeah.
So what instead of Siege, basically, imagine Siege but on a big map, and the house being a camp instead of a house, and like you have hostages. Say you're the cartel, and you've got hostages inside the camp, and you know that other enemy team are trying to get into the camp. Whether they do it sneakily or they just run in guns blazing, they have to rescue the hostages.
You should play Rainbow Six Siege, David. That's the whole point of it.
No, I mean it's on a much bigger scale though, because it's an entire
camp.
I suppose.
So you've got like a good
well, then if it's going to be a big map size, you're going to want to have loads of people in it, because realistically, if there's only 4v4 and it's a really, really big map, it's going to be hard for you to cover it.
Not really big, it's just a town, I suppose, well, even a small town.
Like in Far Cry, like the size of the outposts, maybe, like that size.
That sort of thing, like maybe 5 or 6 houses with a couple roads.
I like Far Cry's like combat and multiplayer and like the objectives and all the styles of it a lot, so yeah, if that's something like that, I'd be happy with it.
Well, in that game, you also had like the 2 teams where one team would defend the outpost and the other team had to attack it. I'm pretty sure that was in Far Cry 4,
and then switching sides and stuff like that. So the usual things. Try and test a formula that works.
The classics.
Imagine trying to listen out for someone's footsteps or getting shot at by a silenced weapon, like a guy getting taken out or strangled, like a teammate, if you're in like a busy, bustling, like favela town. That's gonna be hard. I mean, you'd be anxious if like your headphones were just overwhelmed with so much noise in like a street that you cannot hear anyone coming up on you. You could be taken down at any moment. It'd be like Bond going through a film. It'd be great.
It's like realistic though, so that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, that's a great idea, but I don't think they're going to use it, so I'm going to put a trademark on that. And that'll be Livewire's first game coming out in, what date shall we say, 2055?
Yeah, would you be happy with another wave mode, like Horde again?
Absolutely, yeah.
If it's done well, like in the same sense that I'm terrified for each wave and like it drags on for hours, like the sort of COD Zombies, the sort of time it takes to play a decent, like gets around 20 on that.
It's worth playing, I
really like the Gears of War or Uncharted style, where you just had defend the location and then mobs came.
What if it was like
God, I enjoyed that Uncharted beta.
What if it was just like defend a town instead of like what we were talking about before, just defend a big town you've got like kind of get
defend the compound,
guns and stuff like that.
Imagine you're the ghosts, but like you've got to protect civilians as well. That'd be something.
That would be good.
Although I suppose that's against the point of a ghost. I'm doubting American CIA operative's gonna care much about some little orphan kid Havana getting shot by a Gauss rifle.
True, but it would bring like something different to their style of Horde mode if you have to protect people rather than just mobs coming at you.
Quite a lot of people if it's a town, exactly.
So thanks for watching, guys. That's all the Wildlands competitive multiplayer information and speculation we have for you so far. But tell us in the comments below what kind of multiplayer you'd like to see. We're always interested in some of your ideas.
Check out the YouTube playlist here to take you to all our Wildlands coverage, where I'm sure you'll be interested in what we have to offer.
You could also check out our coverage here of For Honor, the upcoming Warrior game I'm sure you will all have heard about.
All links to these videos will also be in the description, and once again guys, thanks for watching this video, and remember to leave a like rating if you've enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel.